go.
Back again. Took a bit longer than I anticipated, but the ruffled lace is now locked in between the paper and the back of the heart, and as even though these ribbons are gathered, you still need to do a little bit of gathering, as I'm sure you're aware, to make sure that it fits around the item. I could have done a little bit more over here so that it doesn't stretch the lace out too much. It hasn't quite gone into some places and it's not actually sticking very well, so I'm just going to reapply a little bit of the glossy accents in the hope that it will just hold it in place. But there's lots of things to go on the heart anyway, so you know, you just want it anchored down as best you can. I've got some Tim Holtz Distressed Ink, Spun Sugar, which is a lovely colour, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this here and there on the heart just to shabby chic it up a little bit, because with the cream lace, the white pearlised card, it does need a little something just to give it a bit of interest and to soften the edges a little bit, and you'll see it just picks up the butterfly again as you go around. You can put on as little or as much as you like, it's very much to your taste. You'll also see that I've taken the opportunity, once the card was anchored and the lace was in situ, to find the holes through the reverse side of the heart, because that then becomes your anchors for whatever you decide to use to turn it into an ornament rather than something that just sits on the top of a dresser or what have you. So that's that done. I'm quite happy with the amount of ink I've put on there. Then it comes down to embellishments, and again that's a very personal thing. It depends what you want to achieve from your own work, really. I've got a very cliche little thing that I've made here. It's just a little frame. I took out the original backing that was in there and just printed off on the PC, Live, Laugh and Love, which I think is something to live by. I've put it back into the frame. There was a little screw at the top here which I took off with a ribbon in it, and I'm planning to place that on the heart as so, and then decorate the other side of the heart just so that it's a nice way to present the heart. So I've got this. I follow Jennings644, and she always says think outside the box when you're buying things. This is actually from a Christmas clearance sale, and they had almost a bouquet of these, which I've found to be very, very valuable. By breaking it down and using it on different projects, I've managed to get a great deal out of it. I've also got some silk flowers that Fee gave me, which I'm planning to put down here. I want to keep this side fairly clear, and then I've got an array of leaves and things that I think I can just pop on to bring the eye up around the curve of the heart. Lots more flowers and things which I will put on here and there, and some different sprays just to fill in little gaps that might appear to be a little bit too open. And I also use quite a lot of these flowers which I made from the Spellbinders, and all you do is cut them out and you end up with something like this. Then you emboss it, and starting from the outside you simply roll these into the centre. You've probably all seen it done before. I'm not trying to teach you to suck eggs, but for those that perhaps haven't seen these made up, they're an absolute delight. You can have them as small or as large or as tight or as loose as you like. You get to that stage, you've got a little cap there, which I just put a little bit of glossy accents on because it dries very, very quickly. and hold it in place. Actually your body temperature helps that to anchor as well. And then with my pokey tool I just go in, this is vellum by the way, which is absolutely superb for these flowers. It just lends itself to a really delicate flower, probably a little bit more so than papers or other mediums, and of course these days you can get the vellum in all sorts of different colours. But basically that's all you do. I'm afraid to let it go in case it springs. It's not actually stuck just yet. But that's one from another Spellbinder die, and if you pop a little gem into the centre, they're actually really pretty, and a whole lot cheaper than buying silk or paper flowers, depending on the look that you wish to achieve with your project. I'll just pop a little bit more in there in the hope that it will hold on. But you can see that was quite a small circle, and you can add glitter to these. They're amenable to being sprayed with the various inks that are available on the market, and you know, other ink pads and things like that. They will take on whatever shape you would like them to. But were you to want an array of different colours, subtle colours in your work, then that actually lends itself to that very nicely. You can see where I'm going with this. I'm just doing a dry run at the moment, just to be able to add a few bits and pieces to the project. I've got 3 roses here at different lengths. I've just twisted them together, and they too will form part of the overall package. I've got little flowers here that I will place in between so that there's a fullness to the decoration, and also some little wooden butterflies. I love butterflies, they're quite popular at the moment. Lots of people seem to like to use them on their work. I've got 3 different sizes here when I can find them, and that just brings the eye to the frame and to the saying. So that's I'm going to play with it some more obviously, but this is just really to give you an idea of what you can do with something that is basically a plain surface. And I'll come back to you when I've glued all of these things down, and I'll let you know of any other additions that I've put onto it.